Quickstar independent business owners are involved with Easter Seals across this nation in many, many different ways, ranging from being the presenting sponsor of a nationwide event called Walk With Me, to everything from bake sales and car washes and golf tournaments to serving on boards of directors of Easter Seals organizations around the country. Many contribute hours as volunteers. Last year, almost 27,000 hours of volunteer time, which is really remarkable. And it's driven by the fact that these people really care. They want to make a difference. They want to give back. And it's a joy to watch them do that. Corporate contributions to Easter Seals are critically important in helping us reach children and adults with disabilities and their families across the country. Quickstar and its parent company Alticor have made a huge difference for Easter Seals, giving nearly $27 million. One of the new innovative ways that Quickstar is supporting Easter Seals is through its artistry line and its program Beauty Begins with Heart, which we know will be successful in raising funds to support our work. This has been a wonderful partnership, and I'm so privileged as Easter Seals CEO to be able to watch this happen, to see the difference that they make in communities across the land.
Quickstar and their parent company have been longtime and very generous supporters of the American Red Cross and our disaster relief efforts, not only here in Michigan, but also across our country and across the globe. And actually, the tsunami relief efforts were the second time that Quickstar had stepped up to the plate, the first time being after September 11th. And we're just really thrilled to be able to work with the IBOs across the country on such an important disaster relief effort. The International Red Cross estimates that relief efforts to the tsunami-affected areas is going to take 10 years. This is a staggering amount of time, and there was a lot of damage done. Fortunately, the American people have contributed greatly to that. In fact, they've raised over $500 million, $500 million to support this disaster relief effort, and Quickstar was an important part of that. Within 4 weeks, Quickstar made a significant contribution to the disaster relief effort, as well as a significant contribution from the IBOs. And I think this speaks volumes about the folks that are associated with Quickstar. If it weren't for corporate giving, like that of Quickstar, we would not be able to do what we do. I can see that Quickstar and Alticor have created a culture of contributing to important causes. From its founders, Mr. DeVos and Mr. Van Andel, to its employees and the IBOs, it is clear that Quickstar is committed to giving.
As a professor of marketing, I teach e-commerce classes and direct marketing classes, and I often mention Quickstar in all of these classes. It became clear a few years back that .coms were going to be an important part of the marketing landscape. A lot of the .com owners felt that this was a whole new way of doing business, which turned out not to be the case. There was a big bubble, and as we all know, the bubble burst. And as it turned out, the companies that were doing best were those that integrated their online and their offline efforts. Quickstar obviously came to the top because this is a company that did some pretty dynamic things to determine what would be the best way to work with independent business owners going forward in the 21st century. Their first day on the web, they had 20 million hits, which is a pretty impressive total. And also, the first day they were on the web, they became the largest health and beauty site in the world. I think the reason that Quickstar succeeded was, to a great extent, the way the company combines the power of the web with the power of the human connection. And I don't know of too many websites that do that anywhere near as well as what Quickstar does.
Well, as a Senate Majority Leader, I represent an area in Michigan, Grand Rapids and West Michigan, that has become the envy of the state. And not just because of the economic growth, but just the quality of life. And Quickstar and the families that founded this company have been just a tremendous asset to West Michigan. It's not just the jobs they provide, thousands of jobs in my community, but their involvement in the community, very deeply into the real fabric of the community. Numerous charitable and philanthropic activities and economic development, and the involvement in organizations that are important to every community. It's hard to overestimate the positive impact that they've had. Grand Rapids and West Michigan would not be the place of economic growth and vitality that it is today without this company and the involvement of the founding families.
I've been a representative for almost a year, just over 9 months. I serve on 4 policy standing committees in the Michigan House of Representatives. Well, I've been involved in the Quickstar family for a number of years. In fact, my sister was an employee. Growing up in this community, you really learn at an early age and see firsthand the impact the company has on the community. This business is one of the largest employers in this region. They provide livelihood for so many families, and their impact on our community is far-reaching. both in the communities I represent and across the region. They're involved in social and civic and nonprofit and research functions of our community, including the life sciences, and they operate in such a humble and quiet way. West Michigan is truly a unique place. We have a long history and legacy of families giving back to their community, and the Quixtar family and the founding families of Quixtar are an important part of those legacies of giving back to the community and enhancing the quality of life that we enjoy so much in our community.